Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Out of those big sleep moments. And there is pressure on whenever you're going to pick something like
steal away this blue buff.
This is such a game. This just feels like a smite fight, though. Maybe if he lands everything, it'll be all right, but...
Yeah, it might just be a flip.
Seed.
I mean, we'll see.
This is a lot to bet on a flip. Oh! Manages to grab it from the side of Bukata.
The Paris is here.
Knock back to the wall is there. Paris immediately going to fall. Ice from downtown. Bukata stronger in the matchup, yes, but not in a 3v1.
As BDS both lane here moving first, immediately to it. But it's actually 1-1-3 starting with the Skarner Flash E, which I wasn't expecting. And it ends up being Bukata going down, but we got crazy trades on top.
Relevant. Boom!
It's a solo kill.
Blank. Gen X flashing straight into his face with a long range weapon.
He's doing it.
That's what's supposed to happen, right? You're supposed to be able to bully him. Paris on the way out now. Bloodbath on every side of the map. Both teams seeing that they have the isolated 2v2 decide it's time to start fighting. Kadui getting
1-1-3's here.
Down, but 1-1-3 is on the way in. Ishtal's edge. Finding the knockback flash out from Kadui. Loopy will be locked up, but no ulti quite yet. Loopy set to fall. Nice lockdown, and 1-1-3 grabbing another kill.
And after a disaster.
So good for the confidence and good for the
Kadui's
state
no
of the
flash
game,
here.
But Kadui way too far forward. Thought he was safe. I mean, he's going to take his time walking out of this one, but he should just fall. Shattering strike, fall up CC there. Overextending. They don't have the damage to immediately punish. Q going wide. And Ice, he's just too damn clean. Again, he was dead 15 seconds ago, but they just had to make sure the buttons were going to get hit. The skill shots
Didn't have to reload. But it was a great sidestep by Ice there onto the Varus Q. It is going to be the gross picked up by Bukata. But now Kadui falling there, and most likely Drake going over to the side of BDS. I mean, Loopy has a crazy cheese here.
Loopy can get things kicked off. Reeker does have ult. Q flash forward. Immediate follow-up. They're only managing to lock up one. 1-1-3 now ready to turn. Reeker doing decent damage, but will have to snap back in a second. Now taken out of the fight. Ice 4-shot going to hit the Drake, and down it goes. Reeker going back in with the Q3.
And it's messy from both teams.
As the Hex Flash takes him away. Bukata going in. Not aware there's a Skarner waiting. Excellently layered CC. Not even time to put anyone to sleep.
That's a disaster for SK, and it's so disjointed as Irrelevant gets a good little chunk here onto Reeker. But you see Loopy wants to go for the 1-1-3 is playing this early game fantastically. Like we talked about earlier, he's able to get these huge early game gold leads through his creative pathing, his creative thinking. And I want to see, like, come on, finish it.
Agreed. We're pretty far away from there. Closing games, the struggle for this BDS lineup. But again, I think the 1-1-3, the hero of the game thus far, falls behind a bit early because of the strength of Lilia, leverages his bot. And this is big for anyone following BDS. Hold that thought as Paris is locked up. Bukata here to follow. Paris taken down. Nice little trap there from SK to punish. But meanwhile, on the top side, the counter punch coming through is now it's Gen X who's in trouble. Forced to flashback, but will get cut down. Another TP on the way up. Reeker with ulti available, and Nuke going to start TPing out. 1-1-3. They just try to find an angle to go into the wall, but that is a fast Yone. Nice flash to the side. Nice lockup to bring him under tower.
No way.
Knock back into the wall. Knock up. The kill will still come through. Maybe a tenth of a second.
Onto this bot side while 1-1-3 is making this top side play. And it's a great dive, but because Reeker has the TP, he's able to force both Nuke TP out and kill 1-1-3. But a very well executed dive. 1-1-3 takes that last tower shot, which brings him down so low. Reeker checks the bush intelligently with W, thinking that Nuke could be TPing out. And 1-1-3 just barely, maybe if he eat him into the tower or something, he could have CC'd him for a little bit longer. But doesn't quite get up.
Super close game, but BDS remain ahead on objectives, and it's likely they're going to close out the feats here.
Yone here is able to get quite a decent gold lead onto this Azir. Getting to zone Gnar here. It's a good cross map from SK.
Also, the Blade Spike definitely going to feel good. Nice bit of a trap here. Loopy going over the wall, trying to lock up Paris. Soul unbound from Reeker. Good bit of damage down, but not nearly enough to get any kills. Bukata on the way in. Now, a sleep might change the story, but the rage is starting to stack. That's one sleepy Gnar. Desperately wants to go Mega, but this fight is getting awkward fast as Paris has generated so much space and Irrelevant now goes Mega. I don't think this dive is there. Ice on the way in, too. He's got the range. The curtains have been called. But SK are getting the hell out of dodge. Well defended by the side of BDS.
It's a great...
But not able to stop Nuke from this immense side lane pressure. They're also going to concede bot lane tier 1.
Yeah, now Nuke will catch back up in gold onto this Yone, which feels pretty damn good for him. And if they can play range very well, they can always poke them down and generate space that way. I would say that I favor BDS comp going like later and later into the game. I also do think it gets to a point where Nard should start.
BDS do leverage it to get priority position on the objective.
Par's getting poked out a little bit.
SK walking to this choke is definitely tough, but Irrelevant's backing off, so he's not going to threaten too much here. Now we've just conceded we want full 50-50. Now that the Mega is gone, BDS are in a bit of a tougher position. Gen-X coming in behind. Paris will spot him, but who is spotting who? Paris finds the initial engage. Irrelevant now on the chase in. Loopy locked up. Kadui trying to fire back. Bukata, eyes set on the objective. 2.5k health getting lower and lower. 113 too far away. That's the Drake already picking over, but Nuke scooping 2 up. Finding Kadui looking to chase down Gen-X as well. Locked out comes in from Ice. Paris gonna find the CC. 113 knocks him back. Symphony of CC there from BDS. They find those kills, but SK to make it better. But right now, I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, 113 doing a little threatening.
Loopy just walking forward. This tower is about to fall. Good VAR assault to start things off. Paris missing a bit on the Shattering Strike. Irrelevant off to the side. Reeker laying down a lot of damage, but not going to finish much here as Paris re-engages. Nuke setting up the tower. Nice positioning from BDS, denying any potential fallout from SK. And again, disconnected from the side of SK because whatever angle you were hoping to find is removed the second that he throws up that tower.
It's an Otacon start here, but SK want a match. They want to fight.
About in 9 seconds. Lilia fast, but not fast enough to get here, so SK will need to fight if they want to stop this one or prey on some sort of miracle steal. Some sort of fumble from 113, 3k, getting lower, shock blast in, ulti goes through, and they manage to steal it! Ruin's on top, but the flowers are still gonna get taken down. Ice trying to clear as many as he can, but he only has 4 bullets. That was incredibly awkward. They do manage to find the steal. I guess I cast or cursed it, but 113 still trying to force the fight. Gen-X with a knockback, but just brings his team deeper into the fight. A lonely Swirl Seed, the only sign of Bukata in this exchange. Kadui, good damage. Irrelevant, not gonna get hit by the Q. SK still pushing forward. They got it. They got the Otacon. How did that happen?
I don't know how. Reeker got a 3-4-man Yon ultimate while also stealing the Otacon at the same time. I need a replay. How does he steal? What's his? I'm speechless. His ulti didn't even look like it hit the Otacon. And they had Smite.
It's a bold move, but it's a huge committal. Okay, so they want to play through the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, BDS happy to play through mid. Nuke keeping that pressure up. No one shepherding that wave in from SK. Nuke can just keep pushing if he wants to threaten or deny some resources. Both teams 5v5, posturing, fishing for the fight. Irrelevant Meganar. Gen-X trying to proc it early, looking to knock him back. Blast Cone there. Reeker can now follow. Full committal onto Irrelevant. They want to take this Nard to the fight, but it does mean that they've conceded the objective. 113 immediately coming in, trying to find the follow-up. A kill traded. Loopy going for more on the engage. Kadui with the ultimate. Lockdown on the Skarner. The chain CC there, but he still manages to get down the Impale. Sleep coming through. Can they find the follow-up? Nuke going for the pushback. The team ready to go. Eyes on Ice. The Jin ready to take over, but he just doesn't have the position. SK, more kills coming out in the play.
And it's so
again, we see the start here.
Like, I like Irrelevant has a perfect fight here. He's about to hit Mega. He can be so useful in this fight, but he misses this ulti on Gen-X. He's too late in taking this plant, so he gets cancelled, and then he jumps when he's already dead. It's just a disaster for him, right? But then 113 flashes out, and he's just barely able to ult Gen-X here. Gen-X should ideally space a little bit further back. He doesn't get hit by the Skarner ult, and maybe they can just take Skarner down without him dying. And then it's a great flash ulti from Nuke to take down Loopy.
Effectiveness on crit chance. No longer there. Same case for Yasuo. So Reeker hitting harder than he ever has before, and Irrelevant doesn't have any CC in this form, so the nerf doesn't matter, but the buff sure as hell does.
And the stopwatch. I mean, the Seeker's Arm Guard.
Yeah.
Oh, Loopy.
Pale over the wall. Loopy locked up. CC well layered as Kadui tries to fire back, but Loopy still standing tall. Curtain call coming out, but all of SK ready to follow up. Some damage coming through onto Reeker, but Reeker can just now chase, getting incredibly aggressive, unstoppable as he recalls. Loopy will finally drop. Reeker getting taken out as well. The Ignite gonna finish the job, and now Nuke on the chase. Hungry for a little bit more. Baron on the table. BDS. They can start it, but it's a tough call. Bukata does have flash. He could just look to steal. Kadui just continuing to poke. Irrelevant Meganar on the way.
SK needs to drop it. They weren't able to get any of the poke, and 3 versus 5 is just not good enough. And it's Loopy getting caught out, but he's actually fine. But it's Reeker that really wants to make something out of this TP, and he ends up going too deep and falling. And SK are able to pick up the mid lane tower, but it's Nash for the side of BDS.
Massive to have that Nash make the difference. For now, the answer is no, but it gives SK so much more confidence to step up and poke. Nuke, though, continuing split pushing. BDS can just back away towards Nuke if they want a 5v5. Instead, play for the inhib tower. SK caught between a rock and a hard place. Again, they want the Mountain Drake, but still they're risking a 50-50 at this state while Nuke is guaranteed to break a tower. Reeker trying to find the fight, but he does not hit Ice. Crucially, Paris finding a bit of CC. Ice untouched. Objective down. 1-1-3. Better on the smite. That's the soul over the fight. The base now exposed as Nuke's involved. And this is disaster.
It's a disaster for SK, and this was practically a 4v5. And BDS doesn't look like they can go for
While
more.
His team took the objective. That is the worst possible scenario for SK. They had to make a choice. Either one, they would have lost something. And in this case, they lost both.
And that's 2 inhibitors gone. Mountain Soul for the side of BDS. You kind of have to feel as SK. It's a tough game now.
It's a tough game. And again, it started well. I like the way they use Lily at that level 1, with the Bukata overstaying a bit, not respecting the lane prio. How do you build the Iron Man suit in the desert, aka how do you throw this game? If you let it go to Elder, I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah.
There's no reason. Relevant standing on the side with Meganar, trying to zone. Wall up goes down, knock back onto Bukata. He should just fall. Stun coming through there as well, but he buys a bit of space with the stopwatch. Nuke and Ice now ready to follow. Nice knockout coming through from Paris. Instantly, the 3-man shuffle. The Emperor has arrived. SK not going to get the chance to fight for anything. Not the Elder, not the Baron. Bukata gets one back in return. Reeker does a little bit of damage here, but it's just not enough. Minions crashing in, but BDS want to play for a few more kills. The Relevant gets another auto down. Loopy will survive. The base, however, will not. And there it is for Ice. Penta kill for the Jin. 4 bullets, 5 kills.
And BDS, they will remain in control of this game as they close it out with a beautiful team fight, good patience, and they didn't throw it. It's not going to be a raid boss just because it takes a bit to kill. So it's okay
It's
in
tough,
that.
the Shroud.
I think Irrelevant can just start fighting Genax here and try to make him burn spells, and then 1-1-3 can wrap in from behind. As Genax probably feels a little bit safe with this ward.
Oh, he's no longer safe, however. Exhausted, Irrelevant now going in, 1-1-3 committing. Gwen immune as Genax tries to get a bit more damage down. Irrelevant trying to find the snip on a Genax. Nice shuriken flip, but still, that's first blood for BDS.
And that's the cost of not having the big strengths of him. But we have Loopy here.
Hook connects, follow-up CC there. Reeker, good follow-up damage. Nuke still has his flash, holding on as long as he can. Ignite ticking. Doesn't even burn it. 96 HP, walks away. Reeker desperate to get the wave in. But 1-1-3 is right here. They'll spot Reeker. Paris coming in as well. Nuke has to be careful not to overstay. It could be in trouble. Combo there. Easy kill pickup. Solo lanes from BDS. Finding massive advantage. SK at the very least are going to get this Drake, and BDS not in a great position to get something else on the other side of the map, so they might just try to fight this, but they're at a man disadvantage. Can't quite see. Nuke is level 6. Can ult into the fight. Paris only level 5. It could be tough. 1-1-3 in the midst of everybody. The lock-up, the CC is there. 1-1-3 set now to fall. The flash forward into his teammates. That is not what you wanted. 200 health or more taken away from every member of BDS. Right as you praise him, it all starts to fall apart.
1-1-3, almost. Now it's a grub fight as both teams posture to contest.
Neither side got the dragon, but 1-1-3 is here to match. Relevant first move. Mid lane prio contested. Nuke relatively low. The Reeker, of course, with no ultimate does make it pretty hard to finish a kill.
It's going to be Grubs just going over to the side of BDS with that top and mid prio. Feeling pretty good about that one. And as you said, due to the fight on Drake, nobody actually got Drake, which means BDS could look to, you're not going to stomp him, but you're just going to scale up and be as useful, which I much prefer rather than this very volatile Ignite Exhaust. We need to fist.
Yeah. And it's clear that Genax wants to be that kind of player, wants to leverage these picks. And in game 1, to be fair, the Jace pick did pay off. They did find some early leads from it. It just didn't transition into anything more meaningful. But Irrelevant very rapidly becoming a problem as this fight breaks out. Ulti in from the Hui. Kadui free firing. 1-1-3 goes forward and will get taken down. Ulti over the wall from Ice. The Loopy still walking away as the Drake falls for SK.
And again, it's a mistake from 1-1-3.
Genax out of the little bit of a hole that he has.
Problem is
900 gold lead.
Immune.
Hook. Genax taking his time. Patience on the Shroud. Only level 5 now uses it.
Very well played by Relevant. Dodges out on the Akali E and immunes the Nautilus hook. It's so hard to
be a 4v4, but Nuke is recalling. Can get there pretty quickly with the Weaver's Wall.
He's going to look to TP in, I think, just on the pink ward, and they just started up.
They don't have push topside either.
Irrelevant can kind of 1v2 here and just keep them at bay.
Ready for the full-on 5v5. Flash is up across the board for SK, except for the Akali, who does not have one. Same
Ice
story
is a
for
bit zoned
BDS.
out.
BDS being pushed back. Loopy, decent flank, but they're just going to try and turn and burn. He doesn't even get a chance to proc the Aftershock. He's just instantly deleted. In the meantime, Irrelevant trying to 2v1 here. A single grub. All that's left. BDS already got 4. They're going to get 1 more as well. That's 5. The Gwen still standing. Irrelevant dashing back into 1-1-3. Count up is Genax. Down he goes. Ice on a killing spree. Complete and total disaster. The Weaver's wall coming in. Rika running for his life. Bukata taken out as well. BDS demolishing the fight.
Ninja Tabi.
There's a Swifties and a plated steel caps.
Plated steel caps, Kadui, come on.
Oh, he's at 7. Reeker caught out. Flick comes in. That's all the gold lead. That's the only strong position on the map. Delete it. The ulti's still going. Ice now ready with the setup. Just a few seconds away from the ultimate. Kadui waiting over the wall. Lays down a rocket, but not much else. BDS pushing in bot side, getting that pick, looking to knock down this tower.
Yeah,
Much
great.
closer than this. Game 2 has been complete slaughter thus far.
He loses to Fnatic and BDS beats SK. Oh, a little wall hit from Nook.
Then we have the circle of... The circle is coming back. I'll just leave it at that. Reeker, nice fear. Bit of poke damage down. This is a very hard 1v1 to win. He's dead. 1-1-3's on the way. Threaded volley to finish. And again, caught on a side lane. The future. Now they just need to do it one more time.
Yeah.
Where Nice doesn't have flash, he could be more vulnerable in the coming team fight, but BDS already have mid-prio and are set up on the objective first, so it looks like SK will concede this one as well.
Yeah, especially now you already used that Sejuani ulti. You did get the flash out of it, which feels good, but with Corki no mana, no Sejuani ult, you definitely have to give over this Herald. I think that what I want to see from SK is when it comes to this Drake spawn at 3 minutes, I think they should try to cross-map it for gold, and in Genax is going to get me.
Ulti coming in from 1-1-3. Setup is good. Flick is good. Follow-up kill is instantaneous. SK asleep at the wheel. Control ward covering that Raptors pit for BDS, paying dividends.
Ever try to match numbers? All you need is a little... Oh, Nuke.
Nuke. Another flick. Reeker's going to die again. Root
Does have
there.
flash.
Is flashing out, following up with an ult of his own. Uses the Severing Bolt probably for a bit of extra poke, but just gets the Seraphs.
Yeah, Genax is here, but he's going to be forced out.
Weaver's wall comes out. Reeker again, the target. Split fight though. BDS could lose on the bottom side of the fight. Nuke finding the initial kill onto Reeker. Paris now trying to retreat. Genax looking for a bit of follow-up, and Paris will get taken down.
Okay, a 1-for-1 for SK as they're able to actually, it's a nice little punish, but now they're going to have to give the Drake. And what you'd really want to see from the side of SK here is that they're able to pressure this top side. But
Reeker,
instead it's Reeker that's caught.
Again. One more combo.
No flash.
No flash. Nuke unstoppable.
Yeah, and that's just a mistake from Reeker, right? He face checks into enemy strong side.
I mean, in a perfect game, or in a perfect level of performance, there's so few plays, as Genax is rooted up. Chain CC there, ulti going in for the MF. Genax forced to retreat. Kadui just desperate to clear the wave, and the tier 2 will fall.
A little bit slow ult there by us.
Mattering once you're out of your 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
1-1-3 might be caught here. Kadui now following. They have to be careful not to overchase into Nuke. Nice start, but Bukata eating a lot of that damage. Not bad for the side of SK. Reeker now here could potentially look to follow up. Irrelevant off to the side, zoning away Genax. Reeker trying to get an angle to get a bit more damage down. Otacon leash, but it's hitting BDS a decent amount. Genax dashing over the wall. Nuke now dominating. That's a single kill. SK, do they want to keep going for this? They're down a man, but a lot of blinking health bars on the side of BDS. Nuke half HP, 1-3 healing up nicely, and Ice isolated on his lonesome.
Irrelevant is coming.
Relevant looking to herd them. BDS hoping to find the setup. Weaver's wall goes down. Irrelevant trying to find the angle. Paris immediately going to fall up. It's a split fight, but BDS are winning both of them. Irrelevant now on the chase. The needlework making quick work of Kadui. Bukata nowhere to go as the flick back does manage to land, and it's complete and total disaster.
And it's an ace for BDS as they play it nice and slow. They know that... Did he say easy?
I couldn't hear that.
I think he just said GG, maybe he said GG easy. That would be crazy.
Ease, but
I feel like only noobs say easy, you know?
I don't know.
I've never heard a pro player that says GG
The second I got hired by Riot, I stopped all chatting. I decided it was never worth the risk ever again. I just turned it off.
Would be funny if I said GG easy, but...
Yeah, I don't want to put words in his mouth. People can scrub back and decide for themselves what was said in that moment. BDS hasn't been easy, but it has been very clean. 7-0-8 for Nuke, 6-0-3 for Ice. Irrelevant 3-0-3, 2.2k gold lead. This Akali pick not working out at all.
They can get all inhibs here. GenX might be in trouble.
Falling. Irrelevant ignoring GenX completely to just hit the tower. Will finish it in the face of the Akali and is now finally forced to withdraw. So 200 gold back as Loopy's now going to give his life in exchange for very little. Not much else to say. Bukata starting the fight. Nuke. Paris now running. Paris gonna die. Hits the cowbell. He's withdrawing. Guys, like,
I think he said
just assume they got it, but it was only the tower for that Irrelevant got.
It's going to be the Nash started up here. They don't do it that fast, but
They're only two-manning it. So.
I think Nuke and Paris can kind of 2v5 here. Whoever face checks dies.
Got it going in. SK, last hope, last fight. 8k on the Baron, getting lower. Bukata knocked up, knocked towards the pit. A little bit risky, but BDS just turning their attention now. Ulti unleashed from the MF. Irrelevant on the side. They're desperate to kill this Gwen, but he's still standing. Shield coming in from the lock of the Iron Solari. GenX going back in, but he's exhausted. He's a tired little ninja, and the shutdown coming out as well.
Yeah, you have to think that's going to be game here. It's going to be Gwen recalling, being able to TP back a 4 versus 2. Kadui is going to have to make a miracle to try to hold this.
I think the kid of Corki is just not enough. You need a 4-item Aphelios if you want to turn this one back, but maybe Kadui can get it done. Paris with a quick combo. The answer is no. No, he cannot. It was short-lived. SK completely decimated. BDS can feel good about this. Huge confidence win for them. For SK, you just hope that they can adapt coming into their future series. Hope that this doesn't stymie their momentum too much from that first upset against Fnatic.
It was a very clean game from BDS. Super happy with the glow up from 1-1-3 in Paris. A nice little 2-0 and no real big throws. A little bit messier game 1 while an incredible clean game 2. And 1-1-3 showing that he can carry on tanks too, baby.
That he can. Both games, that was the case. Congratulations to BDS.
And in contrast, Fnatic, they do have a lot of skirmisher scrappers.
Mixed minions, whereas Vladdy's only missed one of the first couple of waves. Kana hits level 2 first and immediately starts his work, forcing Oscar in away. Oscar has played quite a bit of
a friend of the forest, but right now, Kana could do with a friend of his own as Razork looking for a gank in the top lane.
Kana does still have the flash here. Oscar in going forward, looking to try and cause Kana some consternation, but that mostly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Specificity.
Good poet, though.
He was. Were they his poems? Who knows? Not going to get down that conspiracy theorist rabbit hole, Betty.
Yeah, already finds himself in position to begin the grubs. Fnatic have been zoned away from the Dragon, looking to try and start that objective off, but junglers on the bot side of the map. Upset here to match Kalist on the top side.
So it should just be 3 grubs for Carmine Court. As you say, they moved Kalist and Targamas towards the top side. Razork was forced away from the Dragon, and Carmine Core get the first 3 gubs. Vladdy with some good damage onto Humanoid as well in the mid lane, but Humanoid won't answer. Puts a soldier down.
It should be an easy objective secure for Yike.
They're going to dive?
I don't think they can.
So Targamas isn't level 6. Kalist still has the barrier. It's a cannon wave coming in. Grand entrance in by Mickey. They get to TP out and flash away from the oncoming Alistair, but that's 2 flashes per bot lane though, Betty. Casey, no, there's no one here to help Oscar in. He goes in. Not going to be able to do anything, though, as Kana and Yike pick up first blood. Humanoid on his way across. Yike still full HP. As the reset on that ultimate as well. The Hound's pursuit back up for him if he wants to dive in.
An easy play, very cool, and now they find themselves with a 1.7k gold lead. A lot of it sitting on top of Kana.
Yeah, Kana's in such a strong position on this chase. Mickey going in with the grand entrance, has the quickness as well. Will pull Targamas back. The Cyclone follow up into the double knockup. Upset looking for the damage here as well, but Targamas has flash, remember. Razzle falling low. Mickey in the midst of 4, and he will fall. Kalist with his first of the game.
Fnatic tried to force a fight onto Targamas, but they didn't quite have the damage to lock him down. And remember, all those flashes were just burnt on the top side of the map, which means that Targamas, still having his flash available, was able to get out of harm's way, and KC could turn it in their favor. I mean, this early game is looking to be a stomp so far. Fnatic have found no play how they approach these objectives now, because from a position of weakness, it's much harder to fight. The good news is they're playing against a triple tier composition, so a lot of that extra gold has been invested into that tier, which means that in terms of actual power, Fnatic could still contest. The problem is, and this is a big problem, you don't really have control over your waves.
Yeah.
Any lane that Kana is in, he keeps it pushed underneath Oscar's tower. Vladdy and Kalist still have strong lane presence to be able to get that push.
TP behind here. Humanoid's looking for the play onto Kana. Yike is on his way as well. Kana does still have the flash. Public execution coming out. Humanoid there with the Emperor's Divide as well. And Kana will fall now. Yike out of position, but he can always jump.
Proxy and Fnatic saw a window where they could get themselves a kill. The problem is, in the 1v1...
Oh, Oscar. He backs in not the best spot, and Kana's like, anything you can do, I can do solo, it seems. Humanoid has to flash away from the seismic shove. He'll get himself to safety, but with Oscar dead on the other side of the map, Carmine Corra looking to maybe make a play. They use the True Shot Barrage back down mid as well, which means they spot where Upset and Mickey are. Humanoid has no flash, and Yike continues to chase him down. No Hound's Pursuit. Humanoid will slide his way to safety.
Plates are being lost in bot. Plates are also being lost on the top side of the map. Yike knows that he can commit his resources there because Kana just got a solo kill. So getting a bunch of plates, but now Fnatic looking to respond.
This is fully 2v3. They go in with the quickness, but they're stopped by the Unraveled Earth. Immediately dive onto Yike, and they will get one kill. Targamas trying to shepherd Vladdy out of here, but they can turn it back around. Look at the damage coming out from Vladdy. Headbutt pulverize onto Mickey. He's ignited. He'll fall. Razzle caught up in the Unraveled Earth as well. Seismic shove just wide. Humanoid finally joins the play. Upset on his way across as well. Fnatic will find two in exchange for their support.
While it is a good response,
but they won't be able to find anything. Humanoid had to back away because he didn't know where Targamas was, so they will give up all 15 plates, or 14 in a bit, it seems, as Yike flashes away from Mickey and Razzle. The red buff stolen away. I think that top lane tower fell. One of the engages with flash for Fnatic. I mean, Oscar could go in with a public execution as well, but he'll be looking for Yike if he can find it.
Face checking.
Face checking right now, knocked back with a seismic shove. The Guardian keeping him alive for the moment as he dashes back to his teammates, hit with an accelerated shock blast. But now Kana, all by his lonesome, down towards the bottom side. Good knockback, flashes away from the public execution. Upset eats a True Shot Barrage, and now Carmine Corra can turn it around. Accelerated shock blast to the back as Mickey falls first. Upset's keeping Humanoid at bay towards the bottom side of the river. Oscar Inning trying to get away and will escape for now.
I mean, the fight was over before it even began. The fact that Mickey was trying to drop a ward in the entrance to the river on KC's side meant that he got way too close to a brush that was completely denied of vision. The control ward in there, Humanoid threatening a play on the mid, won't convert into anything, but the moment Mickey gets chunked out, the engage is gone, and KC can just play with their food.
Fnatic are going to try this. Oscar spots Kana. Kana spots Upset, misses the accelerated shock blast. Razzle doesn't have Cyclone here, but Oscar has found the enemy top laner. Upset coming in as well, and Kana doesn't really have anywhere to go. He'll get taken out by Upset. Almost 400 gold into that Varus' pockets.
So a bit of the aggression Fnatic, and while they do still secure... Ooh, Kalist.
Has the flash, will have to use it. He gets away, and Mickey will dash with that battle dance. True Shot Barrage. Oh, Mickey has the flash as well. Killing Kana towards the bottom side of the fight, so that's another cooldown that we'll have to keep track of. Rift Tower secured by Carmine Corra, though. They've got the first two of those objectives so far. Targamas going in with the Hex Flash immediately onto Razzle. That tower's still standing as well. The Trample will get the stun. Razzle has to flash away. Humanoid trying to put the damage down onto Vladdy, but Vladdy flashes the Emperor's Divide, and Yike takes a bite out of humor.
Nice outplay there from Vladdy.
Get in behind them. Oscar Inning spotted on that control
Who's getting
ward.
flanked here?
I believe it might be Oscar Inning getting flanked. Razzle jumps in. Yike immediately dives onto Oscar Inning. Quickness coming out from Mickey as well, but he can't find the engage. Can't even get onto anyone. No one's charmed by Mickey right now. True Shot Barrage coming out as well as Razzle falling low. Yike looking for a bit more damage. Targamas almost in range for that trample. Chain of Crushing will come down. He'll pop the Unbreakable Will. Get himself the hell out of there. Good seismic shove from Vladdy again onto Humanoid. Yike behind the tower, looking for those Darking Daggers. Can't find them yet. How's Humanoid gonna get out? Targamas! Oh, he's greedy, he wants it. Okay, he's dead. That's roast beef if I've ever seen it.
He had the Ignite, so he thought...
his inventory. So, what can Fnatic do? How do you set up around here? You spot Targamas. You jump in, Unraveled Earth coming out, Razzle still with a Cyclone, but look at the knockback onto Mickey. He gets in with the quickness. Chain of Corruption coming out as well as Targamas in the middle of the team. Mickey down though to a Mystic Shot. And now Razzle is running for the hills as Yike begins to chase him down. But Targamas and Yike have gone a little bit too deep. Razzle healing up with the Sundered Sky. Upset caught out on the top side, but the Ember's Divide from Humanoid will knock Kalist back. He can't get the damage down in time. Oscar Inning and Razzle having to retreat. Oscar Inning, he's met with a full HP Kana. Kalist is very low if he can get close enough. Does have the flash, and he misses it across the wall, trying to get to safety. Kalist knows that's his opportunity to jump in.
A scrappy fight that falls
But they do
apart.
manage to pick up those kills in the end. Atakan, their current target. As Humanoid will put down the Sun Disc, but Fnatic are a mile away. Upset just coming around the walls right now. Razork looking for a long flank. He'll be spotted out by this far side alteration, that little ward down towards the bottom side.
Okay, the kill isn't important. It's all about the flowers.
Kill goes down. Razork immediately jumped on. Kalist going to dash across the wall there as well. Humanoid having to base. Goes in with a Cyclone, though. Oscar in is able to kill off Kalist. Now Targamas on that front line. The quickness coming out, but a great knock-up from Targamas, I believe. With that pulverized, Humanoid TP's back in. The flowers secured. A bit of a mixed bag,
I would say, yeah.
I will say, even if you don't get all the flowers, you do get that.
It's of itemization. Fnatic is in a pretty solid spot, but with the dragon spawning, ooh, and Casey looking for an engage.
And Vladdy going in. Weaver's wall, immediately they jump onto Humanoid in the Emperor's Divide. Will buy him no time at all. Great catch there from Carmine Core.
Nice sidestep.
Razzle goes in onto Vladdy. There's the quickness follow-up as well. Upset with the piercing arrow, chain of corruption onto Targamas. TP coming out from Kana as he looks to join the action. Mickey so low again, but Fnatic will walk away, limp away wounded. They'll lose the Ocean Drake for this.
I was
By
going
Targamas, grand entrance used. Now Razork spotted. He'll dive onto the cow and then just use him as a taxi to get out. Flash forward from Targamas, gets the knockup. Mickey's going to flash himself as well. And Fnatic able to walk away from this one. They have Oscar pushing in the bot lane while all of this is happening, so the more time they can buy, the better it is. But Carmine Core trying to call their bluff will start up the Baron.
They have the numbers advantage, and Bessa with the TP is going to come through now.
Targamas might just be
He's
dead.
very
He pops the
low.
Unbreakable Will, but might die immediately. Oscar in, able to get away from the seismic shot. Targamas going in. Quickness popped by Mickey as well, but you can see how apprehensive he is about the dive.
This could be
Fnatic
a
get
Baron.
one, as you say, might be the Baron for them. The problem against an Ocean Soul, though, is you now use the quickness. You have Cyclone. Weaver's wall coming out from Vladdy. They'll go for Upset, who does still have the flash and dodges away from the seismic shot. Fnatic on the Baron, it's down to 7,000 HP as Kalist starts to poke them down. Humanoid can look for the engage, has that flash in the Emperor's Divide. Upset coming in as well. There's the Cyclone immediately into the public execution. And Kalist is enemy number one. Vladdy falls second. Fnatic found two. The dogs chasing Mickey down. Will kill him off. Upset being chased out by Kana. Doesn't have flash, does have the barrier and has a blast cone. Kana dodges it well though. Now he'll turn his eyes back towards the Baron. Yike still available to steal this. Has the flash, has
Yike.
the smite. Can he do it? Yike, the smite king of the LEC again! And he dodges the Emperor's Divide, eviscerates them. Dodges across the wall, and now Kana and Yike are hungry for more. Razzle dashing in, but Kana's here, and he's ready to party. Humanoid and Oscar, juicy, juicy targets. Razzle falls first. Humanoid short to follow. It's double Darkins, and whoop goes Yike for a triple kill.
Fnatic, beautiful play from Yike. Nice follow-up from Kana as they now set their sights on the base of Fnatic.
Who let him out, man? Yike on an absolute tear this game, this split. And now the inhibitor, they target for Carmine Core. They have a pushing lane in mid as well as bot. As Kalist is put down into that bot lane due to the upset, healing most of his HP from that accelerated shot blast. We'll see the reset, small moment of hope. And immediately it was extinguished by Carmine Core. Inhibitor in the top lane already dead. That wave a while away. Mickey eking a bit of damage from Vladdy here. Could look for that quickness. Targamas goes into the engage. Double pulverized, double seismic shove, and double dead. Humanoid and Mickey are gone. And now Vladdy's looking for more. Jumps onto Razzle, the Cyclone. At more of a small squall, I think, Betty. As Razork falls, Carmine Core knocking on the doors of the Nexus. Targamas looking for more. It was close until it wasn't, and most of the game I'm going to say it wasn't here for Carmine Core. They will demolish Fnatic in game one of this best of three.
I really like the draft from Casey. I like the way they executed it, and while the Baron was definitely a bit suspect, Yike was able to clutch up and close out for Casey. Yeah.
You can use Ash Arrow.
Yeah, 100%.
So you engage in a fight. The not.
Yeah, I just realized that we're in a Brand versus Zyra matchup again, which was the jungle matchup, I think, summer last year?
And Yike's going to have to flash.
Yes, he is. The problem with this matchup for the brand. Oh, hang on, I'll hold my tongue.
Mickey does mount up, then crashes down. Make it rain for the slow. Flash forward. Targamas looking for a little bit more. Mickey just out of auto range for Kalist. Flashes burnt across the board. Playing into Ashe, especially, but also very much alongside Braum. If you are ever trying to push the lane out and you get clipped, that is a long way to run while you're very, very slow. Vladdy with the Valkyrie out here. Mickey will look for the Shadowing Strike, gets the stun, and Vladdy's still able to survive. Razzle, meanwhile, in the top lane, catching out Kana, who has already burnt his flash, trading into Oscar in, and Kana down. First blood to Oscar. And
He
Razzle
just converted into the Dragon instead. It looks like the most likely option.
Arcane Storm used by Humanoid just to force Vladdy out a little bit. Isn't going to kill him, he knows it, but that wave not in the best of spots for Vladdy.
This wave, yeah, in a really good spot for Humanoid. He's already got that level 6, and the wave is pushing into him. Humanoid leveraging his level advantage as much as he can. They're naturally not going to contest the Void Grubs.
Oh, nice hit from Kana. Oh, Oscar in down to 100 HP. Yike is here. Doesn't quite hit with that Seer. Will hit with the Pillar of Flame. Oscar in just trying to get out. Dodges away from everything. Yike even looking for the Smite Seer there for the stun. Couldn't find it. Did get the Grubs. Razork, as you say, will get the Drake on the bot side as compensation. Now has that Strangled Thorns. Can look for a little bit more. You gonna dive? Gonna dive a Braum and an Ashe. It looks like it. The dive's been called. Ignite immediately onto Kalist. Strangled Thorns coming out as well. He'll get Mickey. For what cost? Only one. 80 carries exchanging kills.
I think this is a worthwhile trade.
Flash.
So he still has that objective available. And again, you look at this health discrepancy. He's going to take a chunk of damage.
Has the Valkyrie, goes forward with it. There's the Arcane Storm. Targamas coming across as well.
And this keeps happening.
Yeah.
So he's going to be zoned away
as well. TP is going to come out from Vladdy. Arrow in the mid lane. It's an engaged already, and they engage perfectly with it. Humanoid has the flash, but doesn't really have anywhere to go. Kalist gets the kill. Humanoid will match up in bot, so it's going to be a 4v4 on the top side. Flash Shadowing Strike into Upset's follow-up. The Unbreakable down from Targamas. Razork flashing forward as well. Strangled Thorns. Good Glacial Fissure from Targamas to get the knock-up on Upset, stopping the end of that bullet time. Yike forced away, though, as Razork already has the Fated Ashes. We saw Vladdy moving towards mid lane as well, but Humanoid's actually been able to push in that wave. Targamas stepping forward. Doesn't have that Glacial Fissure, and Mickey does have the Magnet Storm.
Fnatic just have much better health advantages right now. Upset's been able to push in the mid wave. Yike really can't contest this. Overall, nice play from Fnatic. No TPs from the mid laners means that they're going to be left isolated on the bot side of the map. Kana trying to put some trading down onto Oscar means that with Oscar's nice sidestepping and mobility spot, but I don't think Oscar Renin can keep the freeze.
Yeah, pulling the Drake out here. It's Razork in the area. Vladdy has first move from bot. Upset and Mickey trying to get that midway pushed in. Will be able to do so. Kalist has to take the long way round to join up with his team. Drake down to 2,000. Humanoid coming in from the bottom side. Mickey goes in with a Magnet Storm. Immediately the Strangled Thorns as well. Razork falling low, so is Yike. Both will fall down. Vladdy almost taken out by the laser, but Humanoid just doesn't quite have the damage yet. Siphon Power coming out as well as Kana joins the play. Pops the World Ender. The slow onto Humanoid. Gravity Field, Kana flashes over it, and now Humanoid is all on his lonesome walking through the river. But they don't have enough to chase him down. One for one.
In any case, point is that Fnatic end up a 1-for-1, losing the Drake.
Targamas, yeah, very much out of position here. Stunned up with the Shadowing Strike. We can stand beside me to Kalist, and that's what it would do.
Dead?
I mean, it's...
After securing the top tower. Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, part of the risk as well is if you see Carmine Core moving that way, Strangled Thorns coming down. Okay. Just trying to gain control and, as you say, go for the tower. But if you see Carmine Core starting to shadow the bot side, there's always the risk that
He's got very good vision, though, so
yeah,
he should feel safe enough.
Targamas face-checking. He didn't have good vision at all. Kalist stays around, but Targamas tried to stand beside me and was pulled back by the Magnet Storm. Targamas is a goner. He's sleeping with the fishes. And Mickey gets the for them. They take first tower bot. They manage to get the Rift Herald. They have the first Drake. And they have a 3,500 gold lead, Betty.
The next challenge will be breaking open this mid-tier 1, but fortunately...
Need to step forward because Oscar can't TP back in with that Mega Gnar. Targamas forced away as Fnatic have total control of the river right now. Kana looking for the flank angle here on Oscar Renin. He'll try and sidestep out of the Inferno Chains, but still be caught by it. Targamas getting caught by Fnatic. Bullet time as well, and with Targamas not there, there's no Unbreakable to stop them. Mickey turned on by Kalist and Targamas, but they can't take him out. It's just Yike falling The Drake was stopped by Fnatic, but now with the Rifthold charging in, they should be able to take the mid-tier 1 and the Dragon.
Love the confidence that we see from Upset, standing his ground, even in the face of Yike, looking to try and stun him up. He knows that he has the support from his team. They're able to get a kill onto Yike. And now with the Herald, they're looking to get as much as they can. The HP's getting low. Oscar likely gonna die.
Yeah, he's dead. He flashes.
Can
He's
he get
still
one
dead.
back, though? Kana's
Can he
very
kill
low.
Kana? I don't think he can kill Kana. He cannot kill Kana. I told you, Ben.
You're right, you're right.
Cannot
The Dragon didn't go down.
Yeah.
And now on the map resets, KC is first to the objective. Razork is on his red buff. TP available for Oscar. I'm expecting another fight.
Razork has the Seekers here. Crashed down over the wall by Mickey. Doesn't have that Magnet Storm up yet, but Oscar on a good flank position here. Kana in towards that bot side. TP into mid lane by Vladdy as he'll go to the to the minion wave there. Fnatic's trying to mark Kana. They'll get the mid wave. 6,000 now on the Dragon. Magnet Storm off cooldown. This is Mickey's prime time to find a fight. Targamas going to be trying to stop that bullet time from getting in. Oscar in and stepping forward, about to go Mega Gnar. It's Yike the secure, it's Kel Surprise as he's able to get the smite fight. Vladdy flashes away from the Gnar. Targamas on the retreat here as well. But Kana and Yike are in a good position to flank Fnatic. Or are they being flanked by Fnatic? It seems like it might be the latter as Yike is down to a 3rd HP and Humanoid puts him in the dirt. Upset chasing onto Vladdy here as well. He'll go forward with the Valkyrie, but he won't be able to take down the Zyra. Fnatic find 2 kills.
I mean, it's a one-team fight for Fnatic. They continue to extend the gold lead. While they did lose the Drake, they're looking to get an even greater prize in the Atakan.
And with this scenic view of the Rift, let's take a scenic state of the game, Betty. 5,000 gold now the lead for Fnatic. 1 Drake to 2, as you say. But they are in prime position. All blue at the bottom of the scoreboard. That's a blue wall Fnatic are quite happy to be a part of. 1,000
map for his team. The specs of vision that have been dropped by Fnatic are being quickly cleared out. KC, they haven't spotted that ward, and they're going to start the Baron off.
They think that they're safe, but Mickey, the sneaky devil that he is, placed that ward just outside of the control ward range. Oscar and Kana trading towards the top side. Oscar going forward, looking for that wallop. Kana still winning out on the trade. Carmine Corp forced away because Upset's here. The Drake secured by Fnatic. And Carmine Corp's little
Away, of course, it could flip the game on its head.
Arrow.
Dash arrow.
It's a great engage tool, as Razork's the one who's caught out. Vladdy looking for the damage, but doesn't quite have it yet. Razork holds on to his flash.
The tier 2 tower in the bot lane was protected by KC. Right, because like 2 autos went into that control ward.
Pretty sure Upset just saw the control ward. Targamas
here
was
we
like,
go.
I need to get out of here. Baron begun by Fnatic. Targamas will have that unbreakable backup. Kana just recalling in the bot lane. Ooh. Mickey's on the wrong side of the wall, and he'll take a blaze towards the Baron. Humanoid trying to put the damage down as well. The arrow hits Upset. He's not got cleanse. Yike's going to put some more damage into him as Oscar Innings looking for that Mega Gnar. Kalist doing a good job. In fact, well, we went, and now they've gone, but Carmine Corp will start up the Baron themselves.
Look at Kana on the flank. He's fishing for an angle.
Mickey looking for him. Shadowing Strike not going to hit. Targamas puts the Unbreakable down. Mickey goes in with the Magnus Horn onto Kana. Targamas chasing forward here as well. And Kana will kill off Mickey. Humanoid knocked up with the Glacial Fissure. Razork trying to get in here for the smite fight. Yike towards the back. It will be secured once again by Yike. Is there anything this man can't do?
2 games in a row now.
Has the safety. He's not just going to be called out. Targamas. He's going to look for a stand beside me onto Kalist here, but he's already rooted up, and yeah, Targamas, he's dead. That was greedy positioning from him. You saw people in the mid lane going for that ward when you don't have your teammates around the arrow, though. And now Mickey getting chased down by Kalist. Fnatic greedy as well as Carmine Corp finds 2. Kalist will flash and cleanse his way away from Humanoid. Will just flash as Yike and Vladdy are now getting chased down. Oscar in and about to go Mega. Humanoid opening up with a big deeps. Yike tries to turn it back around, but Yike will fall as well. Humanoid takes 2. And just like that, Carmine Corp lose most of their Baron buffs.
And they turn it into a pick onto Mickey as well.
Kana's just going to go. Humanoid has flash here. Infernal Chains won't get the pullback. Kana needs those wings to fly him out of here. Upset's on the chase as well. Kana will turn around in that gravity field and realizes there's nowhere for him to go. Humanoid 5-1 now on the Victor
as well, so like the direction that he's gone with it. Fnatic back on the offensive with a wave. They've set their sights on mid, and they're just going to melt this.
Vladdy was clearing out top wave. Immediately, the inhibitor tower in the mid lane is gone. Upset stepping forward. Yike takes a double up and is chunked out as well. Upset will step in by himself, has cleanse and flash, very safe in this sort of position. So you say minimal engage from Karmine Corp. Kana trying to catch the wave a little bit earlier here, but Oscarinin keeping him at bay alongside Humanoid. Will force him back. Wave already cleared out. Kana low though. Oh, you can see Karmine Corp looking for that engage. KC, you can smell it sometimes. There's that opportunity, but willing to step up. This Rod of Ages giving him a lot of safety. There's the arrow once again into the Glacial Fissure. Vladdy trying to get in from the side, but Targamas is the one who's already chunked out. Oscarinin falling low as well. Doesn't have that Mega Gnar yet. The Sterak's shield into the Gnar. Upset trading onto Vladdy. He'll take one. Kana now in the middle of 4 members of Fnatic. He'll dive forward looking for the healing, but this isn't G2, my man. Fnatic don't die to the Aatrox in the river. Humanoid flashes in for the double. Kalist tries to trade it. He'll get one out of it, but it's the only one that Karmine Corp will be able to find. Yike. And he's going to put the damage down onto Razork, who will...
He gets him.
Does he? Does he get him? He does! He gets him, but at what cost? His Nexus towers are laid bare. Fnatic will start on them. Upset Oscarinin and Mickey looking to take us to a game 3. Yike comes back alive, but doesn't have a way to clear out the wave. Mickey stomps him down, and Fnatic will take us to game 3.
A really nice bounce back performance from Fnatic as they found some great fights and with a much better early game. Just because of her trading power alongside Norlis is very scary to deal with.
Yeah, I agree with that. The knock-up on, as we see Upset forced away here. Mickey going back in with the Zenith blade. Targamas has to flash. The Plasma was on its way. Flash shield and Daybreak for the stun. And Targa is done. Upset and Mickey still chasing Kalist out here. Immediate cleanse from Desire to make sure that he wasn't second on the menu for the Fnatic bot lane.
Congregation in the bot side of the map.
Hex flash across. Mickey only level 2. Goes in with the stun. Razork there for the follow-up. Upset trying to get onto that backline, but doesn't have the flash. Mickey still chasing Kalist down. Razork will fall, as will Kalist. And now Upset's in a 2v1, but he can trade into this. Targamas forced away. Yike with the Bramble Smash will get the knockback. Vladdy's on the rotation. Yike with a good twisted advance to get away from Mickey.
Ooh, I mean...
Razork now on his way to the top side. Kana going in with that Pathfinder. Razork looks for the stun, finds it. Kana does still have the flash, and Tofo will get the knockback, but isn't even going to be able to use the flash to get away. He used it, but he definitely did not get away. Targamas on his way towards mid. Humanoid just wait and... Oh, he'll burn the flash. If you use your rocket jump, you can get hooked out of it by time to risk getting CC locked.
Yeah, I mean, Casey's in a good position. I really thought that Fnatic would try to contest this. Instead, they set their sights in the bot lane. They're threatening the dive onto Kana. How close is he to level 6? We don't actually see. He's very close.
Level 6 has been reached. Zenith blade forward, Pathmaker back. Mickey's going to tank it. Kana can go all out and will kill off Mickey and will survive. But the re-dive comes out. Razork puts the spear through the heart of Kana. He'll fall, get a 1-for-1 and get the grubs on the top side. 2,000 gold lead for Fnatic right now. Upset going in with the killer instinct, looking for Kalist here. Dodging away from the root caller as well. Targamas just around the corner does have the flash. Upset will supercharge his way away for now. Dodges away from the dredge line. Mickey looking for the flank here. No vision for Karmine Corp, but they should know that something's happening. And Mickey...
That's a rough one.
Yeah, just misses. Just a little bit wide on the flash there.
I mean, Kalist also had cleanse. Wasn't forced to use. Fnatic don't convert it into another kill. They will set their sights on the dragon. Yike is in the area. The bot lane needs to catch that wave, and Vladdy really can't move given the push that Humanoid has.
It would be really greedy from Yike's contestants. Just like bot wave pushing, mid wave pushing, like you would be walking into a danger zone if you went for that. So Fnatic will get the first Drake of the game and even out those early objectives.
Keep your eyes on the Panthult.
He's going down with the Grand Starfall towards the bot lane immediately onto Targamas, who's stunned up and taken out of the action by Razork.
I mean, just a fantastic...
Up in a moment's time. Yike's going to go across towards it. Targamas looking for the dredge line. Will land it on terrain, get the staggering blows off. Into the depth charge. Vladdy chasing forward. They really want Mickey, and they will be able to secure the kill. He's not going to flash across the wall because he only had his Hex Flash.
This tower, it's going to go down slowly, but I think they should be able to secure it with everyone committed to the top side of the map for the grubs and the base coming through from Vladdy. He does have TP, which if he commits it, I think he could actually save this tower.
Yeah, he's going to go. Razork comes back. He's like, oh, now Vladdy, you got no Spirit Rush.
Okay, no, Razork just hit
Targamas is on the way as well.
Tower. Yep. Wise choice by Razork. So Grubs exchanged for the tower.
Offset jumping in here with a killer instinct, though. Targamas going to have to flash the wall. Humanoid's going to dash forward as well with that rocket jump, and Targamas is dead. Razork so willing to get the smite for the slow into the jump in. And the follow-up from Fnatic.
A conversation we had earlier about damage, Medic. The Rod of Ages Ahri build very much centers around the idea that Ahri doesn't really, in the meta, have the ability to one-shot anyone right now. So you go for a little bit more of a durability build, you go for a little bit more of the chip damage.
Sure.
But again, that it's a very low damage comp on the side of KC, which means on these first item spikes, Fnatic should feel very confident.
They definitely should. They've got Yuntal already complete for Humanoid, Kraken Slayer already complete for Upset as well. They're going to play on this next wave that's coming through top. We saw pings on it. They're looking to push forward with it. There's the Solar Flare going down onto Kalist. He'll pop the Feather Storm. It's a 3v4 in favor of KC, though. Depth Charge going down onto Upset. Kalist able to get away. Razork having a flash for his life and will maintain a hold of it for now.
So what summoners were used. Don't think KC can really contest.
Yeah, you're not going to. Oscarinin also has the level 2 equalizer. He's just hit level 11. He's a whole level and a bit ahead of Kana in that top lane now. In such a strong spot. Upset almost a level ahead of Kalist as well. Fnatic will get the second Drake of the game. Carmine Court ceded any pressure around it, just wanted to farm up.
Significant between the two.
Yeah, I think Riftard's going to be the key fighting point here. Mickey looks for the Solar Flare. Kalist still caught out by it. Upset jumping forward. Depth Charge going to hit onto him. Kalist still alive. Cleanse away by Upset. And all of Fnatic are here for the fight. Kazante diving in, but Razork's already killed off one. Targamas has fallen. Kalist still standing. He'll get the counter kill. Humanoid caught out by Yike. He'll manage just about to get the kill there. Kalist falls back. And Topo's with the Q3. Kana going all out as he dashes forward onto Mickey and Upset. But can't find anything more. 2 for 1 the exchange.
I mean, good news for Kalist is that he was able to get away. Bad news, at least he can get something back. Mickey's found Kalist again.
Kalist doesn't have cleanse, but does have the Feather Storm this time. Now he's walking on the equalizer. And Upset's on a killing spree. Solar Flare just clipping the edge of Targamas there.
Just bully the damage dealer. Kalist is so crucial as one of the main damage contributors in this composition. And Mickey, when his ulti's off cooldown, he's setting his sights on Kalist.
He's doing a really good job of it as well. Kalist now does have the cleanse. Feather Storm only a quarter of the way off cooldown. Targamas the next target. Razork jumps in with the CC. Nature's Grass coming out. Kana looking for the flank. Mickey down to half HP. TP's coming in as well. Spirit Rush immediately by Vladdy. Mickey falls low, but Humanoid kills Targamas. And he looks for another. It's Yike who's going to fall. Kana in the middle of 4 members of Fnatic. He's going to burn to a crisp. Oscar will take it.
KC tried to respond to the aggression of Fnatic.
KC will put a bit of vision around the corner. Mickey, Solar Flare. Only really clipping onto Targamas. Equalizer going down as well, but immediately Fnatic are jumping forward, and Oscar in splashing in with the Flame Spiller. Humanoid kills off Kana. Kalist falls as well. Fnatic are routing Carmine Core. Vladdy having to flash away. A 3-0 in favor of Fnatic. Soul point for them as well.
Fnatic showed no hesitation when it came to engaging that fight. Mickey doesn't connect his ultimate onto Kalist, but it doesn't matter because he forced him to retreat and the follow-up was enough. Humanoid, if his jump hadn't been interrupted, that would have been a 5-0 ace, but Fnatic will be more than happy with that as they set themselves up with Soul Point and will follow up with another card.
It is a stomp so far for Fnatic.
Yeah, guess who he's targeting again?
Yeah. Look for Kalist. Solar Flare comes out, goes wide, but Mickey just walks back, then goes in with the Zenith Blade. Void Seeker coming out from long range. Yike looking for that flank. Nature's Grass coming out. Razork still clipped by the edge of it, and Kalist begins to open up. And just as I said, he wasn't having an impact. Kalist is going to find 2 quick kills.
The bottom of your screen, as this mid tower is now the focus for Fnatic.
Kalist trying to defend. Solar Flare clips him, only gets the slow. There's the equalizer, and Kalist will come down on top of it, and will go down on top of it too. Upset now on a rampage. Kalist just trying to defend that tower.
However, KC set the sights onto top lane. Oscar.
They're going to TP Kana in here. Oscar is over-pushed. Kana goes forward. Oscar goes into that overheat. Targamas on his way as well. Oscar doesn't have flash, so at most he can get 1 out of this. Dredgeline does go wide, but Kana has enough shields to survive. Twisted Advance will root Oscar in place, and there's the kill. Meanwhile, Humanoid gets a tower in the bot lane. Charmed up by Vladdy, but they can't wait.
And Fnatic are poised, ready to pounce.
Razok goes over the wall, solo play on the backline, Spirit Rush away, Nature's Grasp being used as well. Targamas the first to fall. Good roots coming out from Kalist. The Equalizer not doing too much work, but Targamas is already dead. Vladdy's looking for a little bit more with that Spirit Rush forward. Razok down to about 1,000 HP. Yike still on the chase towards Upset. Mickey and Kana chasing towards the top side. Humanoid goes in. Featherstorm from Kalist into the flash will get him to safety. The Drake begun by Oscar Rinin. Upset keeping Yike at bay. Fnatic should be able to secure this. It will be Soul for them. And with Yike on the red buff, Fnatic will take the Soul. 26 minutes in. An Ocean Soul to their names, a 6,000 gold. Might be the one. Razok going for him. Will get the stun, the chase in as well. Nature's Grasp coming out as Targamas is going to be able to flash away, but Kalist is not here to put out the damage while everyone's rooted. Equalizer goes down, Mickey falling lower. They dive back in onto Kana, and Kana's down. Mickey at 100 HP survives. Yike and Kana do not. Fnatic find 2 again and will turn their eyes towards the Baron.
Kalist wasn't able to get a single auto attack off in that fight. It was a very awkward position for KC to fight from. And Fnatic, they just wanted the pick. They wanted to create the numbers advantage. They committed very hard to getting that kill.
Mid lane just because of the split push pressure he has, but they're keeping him with the main team.
Nature's Grasp. Mickey should block that, and he does. Yike goes in with the twisted advance, but he is not tanky at all. Mickey knocked up. Upset can dive forward with the Killer Instinct. Doesn't even need to as Targamas falls to Humanoid. Upset now targeting that mid lane inhibitor tower. The next wave in top lane well on its way as well. Upset will take the mid lane inhib alongside Razok. Fnatic will take the top side as well. And for Carmine Corp, you're looking down 5 members in 20 seconds before you have your support back alive.
Fnatic with clinical execution as they set their sights on the Nexus. They flash in.
Kalist cleanse flashes away and will escape. Root Caller, Blade Caller will get some damage down onto Razok. Mickey going forward again, and Carter is burnt alive. The second Nexus tower falls. Kalist with the Feather Storm, but it does not do a damn. A clean game from Fnatic, a surprising game from Fnatic as they'll secure the win over Carmine Corp.
Fnatic looking to revitalize trust amongst their fans as they get a massive win over KC.